Welcome to the 2020 Restaurant and Bar Design Awards. Thank you for joining us in this Categories by Type of Space video. Coming up tonight, we have interviews with past winners of the awards, stars from the worlds of hospitality and hospitality design will be sharing their insights with us, and we'll be joined by members of the judging panel for their words of wisdom. And, of course, the moment you're all waiting for as we showcase the shortlist and reveal the winners. Hello, and a warm, if socially distanced, welcome to the 2020 Restaurant and Bar Design Awards. I'm Harry McKinley, and this is where I'd usually pause for applause. But while I hope somewhere some of you are vigorously clapping towards your computer screens or smartphones, it goes without saying that this is a very different type of event, and not only because I'm not wearing my traditional white suit. But while I will certainly miss seeing your progressively more inebriated faces staring back at me in a freezing warehouse in London, by necessity, and like many others, we've gone all virtual for this year's awards. But before we delve into the new format, let's remember why we're all here together in this digital space. For 12 years, the Restaurant and Bar Design Awards has highlighted the very best in the design of food and beverage spaces. More than that, we've aimed to be a platform to elevate and celebrate all of those involved in delivering groundbreaking hospitality. This year, we have 248 shortlisted projects from 66 countries covering every imaginable type of restaurant and bar space, be they ships and airports, museums and burger vans, glamorous Michelin-starred restaurants, or achingly cool pop-ups. Making the calls this year, we have a diverse, global and highly influential judging panel from the worlds of design, media and hospitality. We'll be hearing from some of them during the awards, along with a few other familiar faces of the industry. We'll talk a little bit later about the current global picture, but before we begin, something to consider. If you like the venues that you're seeing this evening, if you live for restaurants and bars, then please support them. Stay safe, be responsible, but make a booking at your favourite local dining destination and treat yourself to an extra course when you go. Buy a gift card, or even order in and keep those dockets flowing. It's never been more important to put your custom where your mouth is and do everything you can to support the industry. But back to the format. So, alongside this virtual presentation, we are blowing up Instagram like a Kardashian. Follow along with our social campaign at Restaurant and Bar Design Awards, and also keep an eye out because we're going to have various partners announcing winners on their accounts throughout. With leading figures in design and hospitality, global magazines and media brands all taking part. And to you, I say, like, comment, post to your feed, share your own stories and tag us. We're going to be sharing the best reactions and content. Use the hashtags RBDA and RBDA2020 to be a part of the conversation. And with that, let's kick off with proceedings. Even though this year's awards format is a socially distanced one, through the magic of cinema, we can still be joined this year by some very special guests. Our first guest is a winner from last year whose project, The Vaults Parlour, won In Another Space category for 2019. Roisin Lafferty of Kingston Lafferty Design. Hello, Roisin.
Hello, Harry. Good evening to the viewers. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. As you can see, I'm currently in an empty abyss. What have you been up to?
The last few months have been unexpected, I guess. We have been really busy, I guess, trying to juggle and adapt to the evolving situation with COVID. A lot of projects were paused, timelines skewed, but we are back full force now and trying to catch up on all of the paused months. So things are exciting. Lots of transformations are currently happening.
So can you tell me a bit about Kingston Lafferty Design, yourself, your role and the organisation?
Yes. Kingston Lafferty Design is my company, so I'm the founder and creative director. I have a talented team of 9 individuals from across the globe, and they are all absolute creative powerhouses. We focus on whimsical and fun spaces, both commercial and residential. Don't like to limit ourselves to one type of project, so always trying to push creatively forward.
And of course, your project won last year's category, In Another Space. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about that project and why you think it won?
The Vaults Parlour was a great project to work on. So it was part of a larger tourist attraction located in a beautiful old Victorian boys' school. So we had the opportunity to create this retail and cafe experience, almost based on an Alice in Wonderland parlour. And we got to combine the new extension with the old building and create this lovely juxtaposition And our design was very fun and pretty, almost based on an old world interior.
Fantastic. And what did it mean to you and to Kingston Lafferty Design to have won? Have there been any knock-on effects, such as new opportunities or doors opening up?
We were absolutely delighted to be acknowledged. In the industry as a whole, they are well respected and renowned. And I think even being associated with them really emphasised our company and made us stand out in the Irish market.
And what does 2020 and beyond look like for you in the industry of hospitality design at large?
2020 for us is thankfully entering the last quarter. I think we can say that it's been challenging across the board. The good news is that we have a lot of really beautiful and really exciting projects with creative clients who appreciate what we do. There are lots of exciting things to come. I think the hospitality industry is forever changed. It's definitely encouraging businesses to think outside the box and develop different aspects to their business. So that will be a wait and see, I think, but everybody will forever want to be part of hospitality.
Well, Roisin, thanks so much for your wise words and for taking the time to join us.
Thank you very much, Harry. It's been a pleasure to be on the show, and best of luck to all the finalists this evening. Thank you.
Roisin Lafferty there of Kingston Lafferty Design. And now this, Lazzaro Rosa-Violin shares his views on the future of restaurant and bar design.
Hi Harry, and hello to all the viewers. This is a pleasure to join you. My name is Lazzaro Rosa-Violin and I'm the captain of a design team that we are focused in design restaurants and hotels from Barcelona. Well, in my opinion, the future will be focused on the experience, basically. Well, it should stand on three pillars. I would say authenticity, innovation, and originality. And we could add another one that should be the surprise. Well, innovation is going to be a key player because the customers adds innovation in all the aspects in his life, and restaurants and bars are not an exception. The design speaks to emotions, and emotions speak a global language. In our studio, we aim to excite or touch somehow the customers.
Thank you, Lazzaro Rosa-Violin, for sharing your words of wisdom.
Well, thank you for your time and good luck to everyone. Back to you, Harry.
Now, even with this year's awards being in video format, we couldn't make this happen without our main partners. This awards video, categories by type of space, is brought to you by Breathe Free. Whose contributions throughout the year have been invaluable to the continued success of the awards. Breathe Free has spent 20 years at the forefront of the UK's flourishing alfresco culture, creating beautiful outdoor spaces for hospitality venues, contributing to many previously shortlisted and winning designs at the Restaurant and Bar Design Awards. Whether it's a rollout for an established brand or a unique concept for an exciting, fresh startup, their innovative ideas and products help designers realise their vision of outdoor areas with a touch of style and flair. And now for a few words from John Meadow, President of LDV Hospitality, as he gives us his thoughts on the current state of the hospitality experience.
Hi, my name is John Meadow. I'm the founder and president of LDV Hospitality. We are a New York City-based restaurant group. I think the future of restaurants and bars, certainly the immediate future, gives us an opportunity to go back to the fundamental core of a restaurant, which is the opportunity for people to socially connect with each other and enjoy food and drink. Historically, there's been a lot of gimmick in the world, and I think now we kind of go back to those heartfelt, warm, genuine, simple kind of core DNA of what is a restaurant. And therefore, it's an exciting time. I think what makes for a compelling hospitality experience, it starts with the core of a quality, heartfelt offering of food and beverage. But thereafter, the real differentiating point is that human connection that's created between the server, the other guest, and just when you have an authentic human dynamic and connectivity, it makes for something real and leaves an indelible impression. The restaurant and bar truly is a modern forum for public social life and coming together. And I think that's the anchor in a community, and thoughtful design that's really conducive to a communal experience is more important now than ever before, and will continue to fill that role.
Thanks so much, John. And now Rachel Yong-Mei Ling, owner and director of Canteen, gives us her thoughts on whether the hospitality experience is something that can bring us together in times like these. Over to you.
I'm Mei Ling from Malaysia, and I'm the founder of Canteen. I came from a finance background, and whilst I was studying in Melbourne, I've always admired their cafe culture and decided that one day I will open up one of my own when I move back. A few years later, Canteen was born in 2018. Today we have grown to 2 outlets and soon to be 3 in early October. We serve a wide range of Western and local dishes, and most importantly, coffee. I think a role that restaurant and bar spaces plays to bring different people from all over the world together. At the end of the day, face-to-face interaction is an important part of human nature, and I love that I have this space at Canteen that encourages it. Very, very important. Should be worth your while. Try to solidify for Canteen is a neighborhood coffee shop concept where people feel comfortable to just step in whenever. Not only did we incorporate open spaces plannings, interactive seating arrangements, we also wanted the space to be quirky and added some cute cheesy taglines which can be found on all over the walls. This created some character for the brand. We also wanted the space to have a Friends Before Strangers vibe. We're going for the whole Central Perk feel. If you watch Friends, you'll get it. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you everyone for the support, and can't wait to hear the results. Back to you, Harry.
And welcome back. Now for something completely different. As you know, the Restaurant and Bar Design Awards is an international competition drawing from an international community. So sit back, relax, and check out these stats while I fix myself a martini. Delicious. Hi, Mum. Now that you've seen a snapshot of the level of global effort that makes for such a rewarding competition, this brings us neatly to our judging panel. To select our winners, we drew 35 judges from around the world to assess this year's project entries. Our judges are industry-leading figures working across design, architecture, hospitality and lifestyle media who have worked tirelessly to review and critique this year's entries. We're lucky enough to be joined today by 2 of the judges for this section, categories by type of space. Vanessa Kraft, Editor-in-Chief of Elle Canada, and David Lane, the Editor-in-Chief of The Gourmand. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, Harry. Hi, viewers. Thank you for having me. And hi, David.
Hi, Vanessa. Great to be here.
Welcome to you both. So to start, Vanessa, can you tell us a bit about yourself, your role and your organisation?
Of course. So I'm the Editor-in-Chief of Elle Canada magazine. I'm based in Toronto, Canada. And Elle is the largest fashion magazine brand in the world. We have 46 different editions globally. And my job is really to lead a team that is on top of all the latest trends, that is about the now, but also the next. And that's across lifestyle, fashion, beauty, culture, and travel.
And David, the same question.
Sure. I'm a creative director. I work across multiple industries from food to fashion. And I'm the founder and publisher of The Gourmand, which is an international food, arts and culture journal.
And what, in your opinion, does recognition like these awards mean for a project or to the designers involved?
In my opinion, the recognition of these awards really serves to act as instant credibility to already incredibly talented design teams. I think now more than ever, we need that sense of authority and that sense of credibility and trust. And I think that when you have something where it's such an incredible panel of judges that are looking at this work, that have seen so many different things in their careers and in their own artistic history, that it really is a big deal. What do you think, David?
Well, for me, the ultimate reward is really seeing the consumers enjoying the spaces that you design. However, obviously, it's fantastic to be recognised by your peers and by the industry.
So, David, building on that, what does it take for a winning project to cut through the noise?
A winning project is one which navigates the fine line between originality on one side and practicality, functionality. This isn't about the ego of the designer. It's not about impressing your peers. It's about the experience and the comfort and the enjoyment that the consumer gets from your work. So I want to see a really clear, simple concept, something that's executed perfectly, something that's relevant to the brief, and something that functions brilliantly well, but most importantly, I want to see a design that makes me feel something. Vanessa, what makes a winning project for you?
Yeah, David, that's an interesting question. I think to cut through the noise, I mean, look, I'm an editor, so I spend a lot of my time looking at a lot of things and really getting into the heart of what those things mean. And for me, when I'm looking at these designs, I am looking for a very strong point of view. I'm looking for someone that knows what they want to say and they know how to execute it. So really and truly, a design cuts through the noise when I know and I feel that sense of confidence that comes from a really strong creative point of view.
If we broaden the scope a little bit then, as judges, how do you expect designers to interpret spaces in innovative and original ways? Vanessa?
I have high expectations, I admit, but what I expect to see really with these designs is I want to feel a sense of delight and excitement. I don't want to be challenged by the environment. I want to be delighted and surprised. I want something that invites me in, whether it is to stimulate or to soothe, whether it is to relax or to just excite.
And finally then, when judging, in what ways do you consider how these spaces and projects speak to now?
So for me, what's more important than fashion and trends which actually date something? What's fashionable now will feel dated in the future in its essence. It's much more about creating something unique and doing it brilliantly well. And I think if you do that and its form follows its functionality, that you're going to create something that feels contemporary but will also age well. It'll be future proof and it's going to be enjoyed for years to come.
It's interesting that you say that, David, because for me I think that what speaks to now is everything happening in the world. We are looking for connection and escape. So the obvious, when you go into a bar or a restaurant, of course you are connecting with the people that you're with, but you also want to connect with that space. I want to feel that I'm having an experience, and that really speaks to what matters more than ever now, which is that experience and that connection to the atmosphere that you're in, just as much as the people you're with and the food or beverages that you're drinking.
Well, that about sums it up. Thanks so much for joining us, Vanessa.
It's been great being part of this video. Thank you so much. I've really enjoyed our talk.
Likewise, Vanessa. It's lovely to do this. And Harry, thank you for having us.
A pleasure. Any final words?
Yes, indeed. Good luck to all of those shortlisted, and there have been some incredible entries.
There have indeed, yes. Best of luck to everyone. And I really can't wait to see the results.
Neither can I. And the time is almost nigh. So goodbye, Vanessa, and goodbye, David.
Bye, Harry. Bye, audience. Thank you. Good luck, everybody.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you once again to Vanessa Craft and David Lane for joining us, and another big thank you in general to all of the judges for their tireless work this year. And now a quick word to tell you all a little bit about our category partners. Almost every one of our categories will be brought to you in collaboration with leading industry partners and global influencers who will be sharing the winners of their partnered categories on their Instagram after each category is announced. Let's all get actively involved in the virtual awards ceremony hype and excitement. Share your Restaurant and Bar Design Awards experience on Instagram by liking, commenting, and tagging us at Restaurant and Bar Design Awards. We're going to share the best reactions. Hashtag us with RBDA and hashtag RBDA 2020. And now, without any further ado, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. It's the awards presentations. For this awards video, categories by type of space, there are 17 categories. For each, there will be 2 shortlists and 2 winners. 1 winner for UK entries and 1 winner for international entries. This means that UK entries will be judged against other UK entries and international entries judged against other international entries. The only exceptions to this rule are as follows. The ceiling category consists of international entries only, and the following 3 categories consist of UK and international entries with 1 winner per category. These categories are Identity, Murals and Graffiti, and Pop-Up. For each of the categories, the entries that best meet the judges' personal definitions of design excellence will win. Good luck to all of our entrants, and let's get started.
Good luck to all the entrants!
I can't wait to the awards to start.
我非常期待这次的颁奖典礼。
I wish good luck to all the entrants.
We are excited for the announcement of the winners.
Oh my god, I'm on the edge of my seat. Who's gonna win?
I'm so excited for the results. Good luck to everyone.
Woo!
And the first category is Biophilic Design, brought to you in collaboration with Torque Pots. And the shortlisted are, for the UK, 14 Hills London by Robert Angel Design International. Serpentine Coffee House London by Mitzi Studio. Tattoo Edinburgh by Edwin Interior Design. And The Nest London by Keen. For international, Back, Tulum, Mexico by Concepto Visual Estudio. Café Krasnodar, Krasnodar, Russia by Maxim Reimar Archi Studio. Embers, Taipei, Taiwan by Curving Architects. Garden Hot Pot, Chengdu, China by Muda Architects. And Yunnan, Singapore by Room 5 Concept. And the UK winner is 14 Hills, London by Robert Angel Design International. And the international winner is Garden Hot Pot, Chengdu, China by Muda Architects. And the next category is Cafe, brought to you in collaboration with Archi Lovers. And the shortlisted are, for the UK, Baffarat, London by Black Sheep. Centenary Lounge, Worcester by Faber Design. Dice, London by Form Room. Garden Cafe, Bruton by Tonic Design and Benjamin and Beauchamp. And Serpentine Coffee House, London by Mitzi Studio. For international, Percent Arabica, Shanghai, China by BLUE Architecture Studio. Kasalapan, Bangkok, Thailand by Taste Space. Daily, Odessa, Ukraine by Sivak and Partners. Elixir Bun Coffee Roasters, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia by Azaz Architects. Canteen, Montkiara, Malaysia by Vink Studio. Kava and Chai, Dubai, UAE by Force-Based Design. Origin Coffee, Yangon, Myanmar by Piranelli Design. Perception, Seoul, Republic of Korea by Filament. Toplum, Dubai, UAE by XO Atelier. And Zuyaching Green Tea, Chengdu, China by X Plus Living. And the UK winner is Dice, London by Form Room. And the international winner is Elixir Bun Coffee Roasters, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia by Azaz Architects. The next category is Ceiling, an international only category. And the shortlisted are Amare, Miami, USA by Bea Interiors Design. Elo, Jericho Acura, Brazil by Marines Arquitectura. Fluid Space, Hefei, China by Chris Lin International Design. Jean-Georges, Philadelphia, USA by Foster and Partners. Lecoq, Shanghai, China by Rumu. And Veneno, Guadalajara, Mexico by Pragma Estudio and Montion Arquitectos Asociados. And the winner is Veneno, Guadalajara, Mexico by Pragma Estudio and Montion Arquitectos Asociados. The next category is Colour, brought to you in collaboration with Solus. And the shortlisted are, for the UK, Alberts, Didsbury, Manchester by Space Invader. Barullo, London by LaRose Design Studio. Hoppy Dory, Stamford by B3 Designers. And Mr. Meng Chongqing Gourmet, London by Holloway Lee. For international, Chickalicious The Mix, Shenzhen, China by So Studio. El Camarino, Valencia, Spain by Bodegon Cabinet. Epoca, Warsaw, Poland by Boris Kudlichka and WWAA. Lisette, Ankara, Turkey by Neo. Long Swim Club, Wuhan, China by X Plus Living. Sophomore Spanish Club, Jackson, USA by Ferris and Company. Ceviche, Miami, USA by Saladino Design Studios. And Torno Subito, Dubai, UAE by Bishop Design. And the UK winner is Hoppy Dory, Stamford by B3 Designers. And the international winner is Long Swim Club, Wuhan, China by X Plus Living. The next category is Fast Casual, brought to you in collaboration with Finnish Design Shop. And the shortlisted are, for the UK, 1885 Southampton by KSS. Chipped, Chester by Avocado Sweets Design Studio. Highbury, London by 2020. Nando's, Peckham, London by Stack Architecture. And Vietnamese Street Kitchen, Birmingham by Faber Design. And for international, Biggie, Wrocław, Poland by Buck Studio. Bosfor, Rostov-on-Don, Russia by AD Project. Dandy, Montreal, Canada by Blazy Girard. Krispy Kreme, Perth, Australia by Black Sheep and Studio Carbon. The Y, Moscow, Russia by Aesthetique. And Top Tap Bar, Shenzhou, China by A00. And the UK winner is Nando's, Peckham, London by Stack Architecture. And the international winner is The Y, Moscow, Russia by Aesthetique. The next category is Heritage Building, brought to you in collaboration with Ligne Rosse Contract. And the shortlisted are, for the UK, Centenary Lounge, Worcester by Faber Design. The Bracebridge, Sutton Coldfield by Faber Design. The Bull and Bear, Manchester by Autobahn. And the Clock Spire, Sherborne by Studio Indigo. For international, Bathers Pavilion, Molsman, Australia by Luchetti Krell. Camperino in Galleria, Milan, Italy by Lissonian Partners. Loudon, Lyon, France by Studio Jean-Philippe Noël and AIA. Le Petit Royal, Frankfurt, Germany, designed in-house. Paradise Theatre, Toronto, Canada by Solid Design Creative. And Textile, Huzhu, China by Chryslin International Design. And the UK winner is The Clock Spire, Sherborne by Studio Indigo. And the international winner is Textile, Huzhu, China by Chryslin International Design. The next category is Hotel, brought to you in collaboration with JC Bordelais. And the shortlisted are, for the UK, Decimo London by Sean Houseman Design and Archer Humphreys. Le Monde, Edinburgh by Rye Design. Madeira, London by Keane. River, Manchester by Goddard Littlefair. And The Malt, London by B3 Designers. For international, Bar 1907, Zermatt, Switzerland by Atelier Zurich. Cheetah Plains, Mpumalanga, South Africa by ARRCC. Connie Cocktail Lounge, New York, USA by Stonehill Taylor and Bayer Blinder Bell. Flint, Shanghai, China by AB Concept. Little Sister, New York, USA by Rockwell Group. Marmita, Grau Roig and Dora by Isabel Lopez Villalta and Asociados. Sonore, Tawada, Japan by Fan. The Chinese National, Jakarta, Indonesia by EDG Design. The Paris Cafe, New York, USA by Thomas Johansson. And Yi by Jerem Leung, Singapore by Idis Interiors. And the UK winner is River, Manchester by Goddard Littlefair. And the international winner is Little Sister, New York, USA by Rockwell Group. The next category is Identity, consisting of both UK and international entries, with just one winner, brought to you in collaboration with Jana and Coos. And the shortlisted are Brasserie Bélanger, Paris, France by B3 Designers. Siri House, Bangkok, Thailand by Project Studio. The Able Butcher, Prague, Czech Republic by Run for the Hills. The Drawing Room, Hong Kong by Oddity Studio. And Three Uncles, London, UK by Studio 91. And the winner is The Drawing Room, Hong Kong, China by Oddity Studio. The next category is In Another Space, brought to you in collaboration with Hillcross Furniture. And the shortlisted are, for the UK, Birdies, London by Shed. Hi Pizza, London by Studio Mika. Roast Bar, London by La Roast Design Studio. St James's Cafe, London by Path Design. And the Bull and Bear, Manchester by Autobahn. For international, Air Canada Signature Club, Toronto, Canada by Design Agency. Britannica Brasserie, Bangkok, Thailand by Atelier of Imaginarists. Insu, Shenzhen, China by Chris Xiao Studio. Gunpowder Kitchen and Bar, Jakarta, Indonesia by HBA Indonesia. And Wild Ink, New York, USA by Robert Angel Design International. And the UK winner is Birdies, London by Shed. And the international winner is Wild Ink, New York, USA by Robert Angel Design International. The next category is Lighting, brought to you in collaboration with Dark. And the shortlisted are, for the UK, 14 Hills London by Into Lighting and Robert Angel Design International. Amazonico, London by Isometrics. Endo at the Rotunda, London by Light IQ and Kengo Kuma and Associates. Tattoo, Edinburgh by Lightcore 93 and Edwin Interior Design. And Vardo, London by DHA Designs. And for international, Avra Lounge, Athens, Greece by Lighting Design International and Martin Brudnizki Design Studio. Canton 23, La Coruna, Spain by Mass Arquitectura. Heritage by Madison, Shanghai, China by Studio Illumine and MTM Design. North by Four Seasons, Chiang Mai, Thailand by Inverse Lighting Design and Bensley. Salon, Setsugeka, Nagoya, Japan by Glamorous. Tuya, Vienna, Austria by Twin Studio. And Voisson, Shenzhen, China by Various Associates. And the UK winner is Endo at the Rotunda, London by Light IQ and Kengo Kuma and Associates. And the international winner is Avra Lounge, Athens, Greece by Lighting Design International and Martin Brudnizki Design Studio. The next category is Luxury, brought to you in collaboration with Designed magazine. And the shortlisted are, for the UK, Aqua Kyoto, London by Robert Angel Design International. Le Comptoir, Robuchon, London by Thurston. The Berkeley Bar and Terrace, London by Brian O'Sullivan Studio. The Court, London by 3 Stories. And Valeria's Ripon by Bowman Riley. And for international, 181 Hong Kong, China by Martin Brudnizki Design Studio. Arden, Rochefort, Belgium by We Want More. Cathedral, New York, USA by Rockwell Group. Insu, Shenzhen, China by Chris Xiao Studio. Longfor, Glorious City, Shanghai, China by Harmony World Consultant and Design. Mix Dubai by Alain Ducasse. Dubai, UAE by Clavel Architectos. Rangao, Japanese Hot Pot, Beijing, China by Okamoto Deguchi Design. And Visho, Zhan, China by Zheng Li Design Studio. And the UK winner is The Berkeley Bar and Terrace, London by Brian O'Sullivan Studio. And the international winner is Cathedral, New York, USA by Rockwell Group. The next category is Multiple, brought to you in collaboration with Breeze Free. And the shortlisted are, for the UK, Browns, Edinburgh by Mackenzie Wheeler Architecture and Interiors. Chuck's Cafe, Kensington, London by Fettel Design. Gaucho, London by Design LSM. Nando's Colonnades, London by Stack Architecture. And Pizza Express, Langham Place, London, designed in-house and by Creed Design. For international, Bathers Pavilion, Molsman, Australia by Luchetti Krell. Lubito de Mar, Madrid, Spain by Aztec Studio. Miland Club, Wuhan, China by X Plus Living. Oxalis, Shanghai, China by So Studio. Tattersalls, Armadale, Australia by Luchetti Krell. And Yunnan, Singapore by Room 5 Concept. And the UK winner is Chuck's Cafe, Kensington, London by Fettel Design. And the international winner is Bathers Pavilion, Molsman, Australia by Luchetti Krell. The next category is Murals and Graffiti, consisting of both UK and international entries with one winner, brought to you in collaboration with Design Anthology UK. And the shortlisted are AKI Valletta Malta by Jessica and Wiles, Oxalis Shanghai China by So Studio, Red Herring Los Angeles USA by Marissa Zajac Creative, The Barclay Bar and Terrace London UK by Brian O'Sullivan Studio, and Wishi's Gertrudenberg Netherlands by Hugo. And the winner is The Barclay Bar and Terrace London UK by Brian O'Sullivan Studio. The next category is Pop-Up, consisting of both UK and international entries with one winner. And the shortlisted are Future Forward, New York, USA by Suomi Design Works, Gather, London, UK by Mega Interiors, Orana, Sydney, Australia by SJB, and Samsung 24-Hour Kitchen, Milan, Italy by 2x4. And the winner is Samsung 24-Hour Kitchen, Milan, Italy by 2x4. The next category is Pub, brought to you in collaboration with Atkinson and Kirby. And the shortlisted are, for the UK, Curious Brewery, Ashford by Holloway, Flight Club, Birmingham by Ellis Design Studio, Hall and Woodhouse, Swindon by Mackenzie Wheeler Architecture and Interiors and Green Line Design, and Little Creatures, London by Chalk Architecture. For international, Lecoq, Shanghai, China by Ru Mu, Mint Garden, Handan, China by Shenzhen Shenhua Architectural Design, Tattersalls, Armadale, Australia by Luchetti Krell, and Chalupa, Donostia San Sebastian, Spain by El Equipo Creativo. And the UK winner is Flight Club, Birmingham by Ellis Design Studio. The international winner is Chalupa, Donostia San Sebastian, Spain by El Equipo Creativo. The next category is Standalone, brought to you in collaboration with Olive Architecture. And the shortlisted are, for the UK, 14 Hills, London by Robert Angel Design International, Endo at the Rotunda, London by Kengo Kuma and Associates, Monks, London by Vettel Design, Norma, London by Rosendale Design, and The Court, London by 3 Stories. For international, Alchemist, Copenhagen, Denmark by Studio Duncalf, Café Krasnodar, Russia by Maxim Reimar Archi Studio, Chica, Miami, USA by Rockwell Group, 40 Licks, Sydney, Australia by GSBN Studio, Innsbar, Chengdu, China by Wooten Designers, Kawi, New York, USA by Design Agency, Nadim, Zapopan, Mexico by Filipao Nunes Arquitectos, Qualia, Mumbai, India by Siri Architects, The Green Isle, Kaohsiung, Taiwan by Chain 10 Architecture and Interior Design Institute, and Tuya, Vienna, Austria by Twin Studio. And the UK winner is 14 Hills, London by Robert Angel Design International. And the international winner is Innsbar, Chengdu, China by Wooten Designers. And now the final category of this section is Surface Interiors, brought to you in collaboration with Tristone UK. And the shortlisted are, for the UK, Madara, London by Keane, Nando's, Greenwich Peninsula, London by Stack Architecture, Norma, London by Rosendale Design, Antonkotsu, Ealing, London by Stack Architecture. For International, in Su, Shenzhen, China by Chris Zhao Studio. Fabric Sushi, Buenos Aires, Argentina by M.A. Carranza Studio. Forn de San Juan, Palma de Mallorca, Spain by El Equipo Creativo. La Visione, Denkendorf, Germany by Ippolito Flights Group. Morph, Shenzhen, China by various associates. Pole, Moscow, Russia by Estetique. Tuya, Vienna, Austria by Twin Studio. And Iafa, Copenhagen, Denmark by Frama. And the UK winner is Norma, London by Rosendale Design. And the international winner is Pole, Moscow, Russia by Estetique. And that's a wrap on the shortlists and winners for the categories by type of space. We have had some amazing entries for the awards this year and are so grateful to all of our entrants. And once again, a massive congratulations to all of the winners. Thank you as well to our brilliant viewers for tuning in to the show and engaging on Instagram. Please keep actively involved in the virtual awards ceremony hype and excitement. Share your Restaurant and Bar Design Awards experience on Instagram by liking, commenting and tagging us at Restaurant and Bar Design Awards. We're going to continue to share the best reactions. Hashtag RBDA, hashtag RBDA 2020. After all of this excitement, we're going to let the dust settle for a bit before joining you again in our next video in 20 minutes for the Categories by Region Awards video. Thank you to all of our partners and to everyone who has made this possible. I've been Harry McKinley and I'm off to powder my nose before the fun starts again. Here's a reminder of tonight's well-deserved winners and I will catch you on the flip side in the next video. Welcome back to the 2020 Restaurant and Bar Design Awards. Thank you for joining us in this Categories by Region video. Coming up tonight, we have more interviews with past winners of the awards. Stars from the worlds of hospitality and hospitality design share their further insights with us, and we'll be joined by members of the judging panel for their words of wisdom. And of course, the moment you're still waiting for as we showcase the shortlist and reveal the winners. And we're back for segment 2 of the 2020 Restaurant and Bar Design Awards. For those who might just be joining us, a brief recap. This year we have 248 shortlisted projects from 66 countries, with our winners decided by a global and highly influential judging panel featuring figures from the worlds of design, media and hospitality. For 2020, we've gone virtual, of course, and you can follow along with our Instagram campaign at Restaurant and Bar Design Awards. We're going to have various partners announcing winners on their accounts also. So, as before, do like, comment, post to your feed, share your own stories and tag us. We're going to continue sharing your reactions and content, so use the hashtags RBDA, RBDA2020 and be a part of the conversation. Now, 2020 has been a shocker. If this year were a restaurant, it would be the dodgy takeaway that failed its hygiene check. We have had a lot of downs, brutal scenes on city streets, unrivaled natural disasters, and of course, a global pandemic. But amidst all of this turmoil, we're reminded of what restaurants and bars do so well. They bring people together. It's why we've missed them so much. And in many ways, while 2020 has, on one hand, been the year that has kept us apart, it has also been the year that has connected us like never before. From Hong Kong to Washington, London to Delhi, we've seen a global community stand in solidarity on issues of social justice. We've seen renewed and strengthened conversations on climate change as we think not just about creating a new normal, but perhaps a better normal. There's been innovation and creativity and a blossoming of pioneering thought like never before, and I, for one, cannot wait to see how that manifests at the 2021 Restaurant and Bar Design Awards, when, hopefully, we'll be back together again in person. I cannot wait to see what the restaurant of the future looks like and how each of you have taken the challenges of 2020 and turned them into opportunities for fresh visions and new ideas, because that is, after all, what all of you do best. But the show must go on, and on that note, even though this year's awards format is a socially distanced one, once again, and through the magic of cinema, we can still be joined by some very special guests. Our first is a winner from last year, whose project Milk Train won the Cafe category for 2019. David Roberts of Form Room. Hi, David.
Hi, Harry. Good evening, everyone. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Still trapped in this abyss for now, but what have you been up to?
I've been good, thanks. Just been home a lot, watching some awful TV shows, filling my house with far too many plants, that kind of thing.
So can you tell me a bit about Form Room, about yourself, your role in the organisation?
Form Room is a creative branding and interior design agency. We're based in London, but we work all over the world. My role as managing director is, well, for a small agency, a bit of everything. But really, I'm here to make sure that the whole team is being as creative, as relevant, and got their finger on the pulse as possible.
Of course, your project won last year's Cafe category. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about that project and why you think it won?
I think Milk Train won because it's both familiar in its design, but it also feels really fresh and contemporary as well at the same time. It's also really focused on its customer. So I know Instagrammable design is a little bit of a dirty word right now, but for us, it's just about creating a space which is memorable and people want to share it.
Super. And what did it mean to you and to Form Room to have won? I mean, have there been any knock-on effects, such as new opportunities or doors opening up?
I mean, obviously to win is a professional dream come true. It's also amazing to be nominated amongst all these other incredible designers from around the world. I think the knock-on effect has been just lots more opportunity. More people know us, they know what we can do. We've managed to speak to people from all around the world about creating really cool, interesting, memorable spaces. And that's really what we're here to do.
And what does 2020 and beyond look like for you in the industry of hospitality design?
I mean, I think like everyone, 2020 has been a bit of a tricky one. But for us, it's been about going back to basics, rethinking our processes and our creative inspirations. Ultimately, we want to be the best partner for our clients, and when they're ready to bounce back, we can help them do it bigger and bolder than ever before.
Really exciting stuff. And finally then, how are you responding to these changing times, and what advice would you have for other designers?
It's not the most obvious timing in the world, but I do still think it's really important for us to keep being bold and pushing boundaries. Naturally, people are going to be a little bit nervous about leaving their homes to go to restaurants, cafes, bars, but if they are going to do it, they're going to want to do it for the most incredible experience possible, and that's what we have to keep giving them. The function of a space is going to have to be rethought, so it's going to have to be safe and secure, but there's no reason that the design can't still be really creative, pushing boundaries, and something that's still really exciting.
Brilliant, David. Thanks ever so much for your wise words and, of course, for taking the time to join us.
Thanks, Harry. It's been a real pleasure to be on the show. Congratulations to everyone in advance and good luck. Back to you.
David Roberts there of Form Room. And now Alina Pimkina shares her views on the future of restaurant and bar design.
Hi Harry and hello to the viewers. It's a pleasure to join you. My name is Alina Pimkina and I'm co-founder of Estetique, where we create concepts for restaurants, spa, hotels and private residences. I am passionately and unapologetically committed to the design experience because hospitality is all about experience. In the modern world, the hospitality experience should be an escape and luxury for clients and guests. The goal is to make guests happy, to show them that as business owners, we care about them, so they want to come back again and again. Innovations and new technology are our future. A lot of new materials and products are coming to the market and becoming the new normal. Things like antimicrobial textiles, for example. Overall, I expect the in-dining experience may become more regimented, but also more engaging through the use of mobile applications and even beautifully designed and seamlessly integrated augmented reality. Thank you for your time and good luck to everyone. Back to you, Harry.
Thank you, Alina, for sharing those words of wisdom. Now, even with this year's awards being in video format, we couldn't make this happen without our main partners. This awards video, categories by region, is brought to you by Atkinson & Kirby, whose contributions throughout the year have been invaluable to the continued success of the awards. Setting the tone and mood for your space, the floor is the foundation upon which an interior design is built. Atkinson & Kirby understand that, providing a wide range of wood flooring styles that gives you the options to create your desired aesthetic. Providing insight and inspiration has been at the heart of Atkinson & Kirby for over 100 years, be it investing in trend forecasting, maintaining environmental standards, or simply upholding their vision for high-quality hardwood flooring. And now for a few words from Doris Huang, owner of the Deco Food and Drink, as she gives us her thoughts on the hospitality experience and whether it's something that can bring us together in these challenging times.
My name is Doris Huang, and I'm one of the owners of the Deco Food and Drink, which is a food hall that recently opened in Midtown Manhattan in New York City, just south of Times Square. To me, the future of restaurants and bars is going to be largely affected by the pandemic that we've lived through in 2020. I think that flexibility of space and modularity are going to be more important than ever. The ability to accommodate different group sizes, different types of people who may be more comfortable with more service that's higher touch, or being left to their own devices and perhaps more of a self-serve experience. As an operator, I think the role that we play in restaurants and bar spaces, bringing people together, is all the more important given the pandemic. People have become very tired of isolating in their own homes, not seeing friends and family and socializing. And I think they really look to these spaces outside the home and outside the workplace, like bars and restaurants, to provide a comfortable, welcoming, fun, and special environment to gather with other people. I think it's extremely important in this sense for restaurants and bars to deliver an elevated experience, meaning something outside the ordinary, something that's not somebody's dining room or someone's living room, someone's bedroom where they've been spending a whole lot of time. And this was always the case before in the industry, but I think once again, more so than ever, people are craving spaces that feel special, feel different, feel like they're really being transported somewhere outside of their own home where they've been stuck against their will for months on end. Our brand DNA at the Deco Food and Drink is about two things. One is about New York City, the food scene here, the restaurant scene, the wonderful culinary melting pot that is New York City. The other element of our brand is Art Deco design, and that also stems from us being based in New York. There's a wonderful history of Art Deco architecture here in New York. And we wanted to celebrate that. We wanted to modernize that as well and put our own contemporary spin on the Art Deco aesthetic. And I think it's extremely important to have a clear brand identity as a hospitality space because it's one of the first things that a customer experiences when they walk in the door, and it's one of the things that they remember when they leave. And hopefully your space is beautiful enough that they want to take pictures of it, share it widely, and spread the word about your business.
And welcome back. Now for something completely different. As you know, the Restaurant and Bar Design Awards is an international competition drawing from an international community. So sit back, relax, and check out these stats while I fix myself a martini. Still delicious.
Hi, Mum, again.
Now that you've seen a snapshot of the level of global effort that makes for such a rewarding competition, this brings us neatly to our judging panel. To select our winners, we drew 35 judges from around the world to assess this year's project entries. They're all industry-leading figures working across design, architecture, hospitality and lifestyle media who have worked tirelessly to review and critique this year's entries. We are lucky enough to be joined today by two of the judges for this section, categories by region, Tatiana Fokina, CEO of Hyde, and Kieran Jethwa, celebrity chef and restaurateur. Hello, Tatiana.
Hello, Harry. Hello, the viewers. Thank you for having me. And hello, Kieran.
Hi, Tatiana. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here. And Harry, is that not your second Cosmopolitan of the night?
Well, it's actually a martini, but welcome to you both. So, to start, Tatiana, can you tell us about yourself, your role and your organisation?
Of course. My name is Tatiana Fokina and I'm a co-founder of Hyde Restaurant and Hedonism Wines in London's Mayfair. We were extremely lucky to collect several accolades at the awards last year, and these are still some of the greatest moments we experienced as a team.
And Kieran, same question.
I'm a chef and restaurateur here in Nairobi, Kenya. I'm from a very multicultural background. My father is Indian, my mother is English, and I was born in East Africa. My cooking style very much represents where I come from. I sort of call it Indo-Mediterranean fusion. That's pretty much what we do in my restaurant, Seven Restaurants Limited. We're going about 10 years now here in Kenya. It's a seafood restaurant. We do a meat, so it's sort of surf and turf. Very simple, but contemporary food.
And what, in your opinion, does recognition like these awards mean for a project or to the designers involved?
Well, in my opinion, it really means a lot because a lot of the time the designers don't really get enough credit for the amazing projects they create. And I think it's a great motivation and it's great to be recognised by the industry and fellow professionals.
Building on that, Kieran, what does it take for a winning project to cut through the noise?
I think that's a very subjective thing. I know what I look for to really sort of create something that stands out. For me, I'm very much about functionality as well as incredible design. So I was looking for that. For me, that's what really cuts through the noise. But when I'm a restaurateur, you know, as a consumer, from a consumer's perspective, I think it's just wowing people. And that's getting harder and harder.
If we broaden the scope a little bit then, as judges, how do you expect designers to interpret spaces in innovative and original ways? Tatiana?
I think the best way to approach it is probably to try and not look too much at what other people are doing and really concentrate on the history of a particular venue, a particular building that you are designing, and also taking into the account the audience the project is targeting. This is definitely a key to creating something unique and original.
For me, the functional use of space is particularly important. I think it's got to look really amazing and really draw people in, catch people's eyes, but it's really got to work. Nothing frustrates me more than something that's very, very pretty, looks amazing, but it's just totally in the way, doesn't go with the flow of the restaurant, and just doesn't help service. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, getting stuff to our customers on time. So the interpretation and the use of space in restaurants for me is all about, obviously, beauty and joy, but functional beauty.
And then to open the line of questioning into a more global one, in judging by region, do you think that there's a universal design language?
I actually found it fairly fascinating that people from across the globe were doing very similar things, and I do think that the world is such a global place, and unfortunately the world is facing very similar problems at the moment, no matter where you are, that the designers across the globe do really speak the same language, and that transmits in their projects.
And finally then, how important is it that these projects speak to a sense of place? Kieran?
For me, it's absolutely vital, but then you have to define what place is. And a restaurant can be trying to say it comes from a particular city or a place, and that's where its design is rooted. It could also be that its food or its influence comes from a different place completely.
A sense of place is really vital. It's such a unique collection of qualities and characteristics that it is that particular thing that makes one project really different from another.
Well, that about sums it up. Thank you for joining us. Tatiana?
It's been great to have been a part of this video. Harry and Kieran, I really enjoyed the talk.
Well, a pleasure. Any final words?
Good luck to all the entrants and shortlisted. There have been some amazing projects.
There have indeed. So best of luck to everyone, and I cannot wait to see the results.
Neither can I. And the time is almost nigh. So bye Tatiana and bye Kieran.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.
Massive thank you once again to Tatiana Fokina and Kieran Jethwa for joining us. And of course, a huge thank you in general to all of the judges for their tireless work this year. And now a quick word to you and a little bit about our category partners. Almost every one of our categories will be brought to you in collaboration with leading industry partners and global influencers who will be sharing the winners of their partnered categories on their Instagram accounts after each category is announced. Let's all get actively involved in the virtual awards ceremony hype and excitement. Share your Restaurant and Bar Design Awards experience on Instagram by liking, commenting and tagging us at Restaurant and Bar Design Awards. We're going to share the best reactions. Hashtag with RBDA and RBDA 2020 to join the conversation. And now, without any further ado, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. It's the awards presentations. For this awards video, we're doing categories by region, and there are 12 categories. The categories can be entered by UK and international projects based on their regional locations. So for each category, there will be one shortlist and one winner. For each of the categories, the entries that best meet the judges' personal definitions of design excellence will win. Huge good luck to all of our entrants, and let's get started.
Congratulations to everyone for getting this far. Best of luck tonight.
Good luck to all the entrants.
Good luck to all the entrants.
Good luck to all the entrants.
Good luck, all y'all.
Bonjour, and good luck to all. So much passion, so much expectation, so much tension.
And the first category is London Bar, brought to you in collaboration with Concept Bars. And the shortlisted are Electric Shuffle by Ellis Design Studio, Lockets by Fran Hickman Design and Interiors and Rye Design, Nolita Social by Thomas Yule Hansen and Jessica Cohen Wiles, The Barclay Bar and Terrace by Brian O'Sullivan Studio, and The Nest by Keen. And the winner is Electric Shuffle by Ellis Design Studio. And the next category is London Restaurant, brought to you in collaboration with Noble Russell. And the shortlisted are Aqua Kyoto by Robert Angel Design International, Barboon by Fabled Studio, Bob Cite by Brady Williams, Le Comptoir Robuchon by Thurston, and Vita Covent Garden by Colli Daniele Architetto. And the winner is... it's Vita Covent Garden by Colli Daniele Architetto. And the next category is Europe Bar, brought to you in collaboration with Intramurals. And the shortlisted are Auberge de Beaulieu, Lausanne, Switzerland by Studio Julia Christ, Bardem, Helsinki, Finland by Fyra, Ivy, Munich, Germany by Selective Studio, Pastrami, Malaga, Spain by Paco Lago Interiorismo, and Vita Farnese, Rome, Italy by Colli Daniele Architetto. And the winner is Vita Farnese, Rome, Italy by Colli Daniele Architetto. The next category is Europe Restaurant, and the shortlisted are Alto, Milan, Italy by Maurizio Lai Architects, Amazonico, London, UK by Lazzaro Rosa Violan Studio, Verdagen, Copenhagen, Denmark by Vermland, Pole, Moscow, Russia by Estetique, Sartoria Lamberti, Moscow, Russia by Megre Interiors, The Y, Moscow, Russia by Estetique, Tunguska, Krasnoyarsk, Russia by Left Design, and Vita Covent Garden, London, UK by Colli Daniele Architetto. And the winner is Amazonico, London, UK by Lazzaro Rosa Violan Studio. The next category is America's Bar, brought to you in collaboration with Design Wanted. And the shortlisted are Blind Barber, Miami Beach, USA by Mayor Davies, Kappa's Lounge, Boston, USA by Jeffrey Beers International and LDA, The Deco, New York, USA by Carpenter and Mason, VDTLA, Los Angeles, USA by Live It Design, and Yappa, Los Angeles, USA by Preen Inc. And the winner is The Deco, New York, USA by Carpenter and Mason. And the next category is America's Restaurant, brought to you in collaboration with Hospitality Design. And the shortlisted are Anamai, San Diego, USA by Bells and Whistles, Arthur's, Toronto, Canada by GH3, Asset, New York, USA by Bates, Massey and Architects, Cowie, New York, USA by Design Agency, Naminori, New York, USA by MN Design Professional Corporation, Tsuko, Chicago, USA by Cadena Concept Design, and Veneno, Guadalajara, Mexico by Pragma Studio and Montean Arquitectos Asociados. And the winner is Veneno, Guadalajara, Mexico by Pragma Studio and Montean Arquitectos Asociados. The next category is Asia Bar, brought to you in collaboration with Good. And the shortlisted are Baisheng Garden, Dongguan, China by Daosheng Design, Charcoal, Shanghai, China by Studio 8, Fabric Lounge, Shinjuku, Tokyo, Japan by Fantastic Design Works, Lecoq, Shanghai, China by Rumu. Oak, Hangzhou, China by MR Studio. The Park, Shanghai, China by Chris Lin International Design. And Tianyu Club, Dandong, China by Space Cubed Interior Design. And the winner is Tianyu Club, Dandong, China by Space Cubed Interior Design. The next category is Asia Restaurant, brought to you in collaboration with Yoku Choi, the China editor for Wallpaper. And the shortlisted are 37 Steakhouse and Bar, Hong Kong, China by Glamorous. Feng Yuan Coconut Chicken Original, Guangzhou, China by XJD Lab of Design. John Anthony, Hanoi, Vietnam by Grey Matters. Le Moitié, Guangzhou, China by One Fine Day Studio and Partners. Long Swim Club, Wuhan, China by X Plus Living. Miland Club, Wuhan, China by X Plus Living. Nan Bay, Bangkok, Thailand by Avruko. Omakase, Shanghai, China by Hip Hop. Sanpu, Nishimuraya, Toyuka, Japan by Ryu Matsu Architects. Scots, Chengdu, China by Unknown Works. And Sip at Ping, Chiang Mai, Thailand by Department of Architecture Co. Limited and Accent Studio. And the winner is Feng Yuan Coconut Chicken Original, Guangzhou, China by XJD Lab of Design. The next category is Australia and Pacific Bar. And the shortlisted are Hyde Paradiso, Surfers Paradise Australia by Felton Constructions. Songbird, Perth, Australia by And Associates and Cotty Parker. The Cumberland, Manly, Australia by AZB Creative. And Tilly Mays, Sydney, Australia by Alexander & Co. And the winner is Tilly Mays, Sydney, Australia by Alexander & Co. The next category is Australia and Pacific Restaurant, brought to you in collaboration with Atkinson and Kirby. And the shortlisted are Botanic House, Sydney, Australia by 5'1" Design. Chocolate Buddha, Melbourne, Australia by Madison Architects. Distachio Cheetah, Melbourne, Australia by Hassel. Eddie and Wolf, Rabina, Australia by Design Poets. Emu Hall, Emu Plains, Australia by Juicy Design. Glorietta, Sydney, Australia by Alexander & Co. And Shutters Coogee, Coogee, Australia by AZB Creative. And the winner is Glorietta, Sydney, Australia by Alexander & Co. The next category is Middle East and Africa Bar. And the shortlisted are Americano, Dubai, UAE by Tristan Plessis Studio. Code, Cairo, Egypt by C-Lab. Galaxy Bar, Dubai, UAE by B&S Studio. And Sandtrop, Dubai, UAE by LW. And the winner is Americano, Dubai, UAE by Tristan Plessis Studio. And the final category for this section is Middle East and Africa Restaurant, brought to you in collaboration with Hillcross Furniture. And the shortlisted are Avli by Tashes, Dubai, UAE by B&S Studio. Fogon, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia by Hitzig Militello Architectus. Gigi, Cape Town, South Africa by Tristan Plessis Studio. Le Sushi Bar, Beirut, Lebanon by Gatzarelia Design. Namos, Dubai, UAE by Elastic Interiors. The Meat Co, Dubai, UAE by Tristan Plessis Studio. and Toplum, Dubai, UAE by XO Atelier. And the winner is Le Sushi Bar, Beirut, Lebanon by Gatzarelia Design. And that's a wrap on the shortlists and winners for the categories by region. We've had some really amazing entries for the awards this year, and we're just so grateful to all of our entrants. And of course, once again, congratulations to all of the winners. And thank you as well to our brilliant viewers for tuning into the show and engaging on Instagram. Please keep actively involved in the virtual awards ceremony hype and excitement by sharing your Restaurant and Bar Design Awards experience on Instagram. Like, comment, tag us at Restaurant and Bar Design Awards, and we'll continue to share the best reactions. Hashtag RBDA. Hashtag RBDA 2020. Now, after all of this excitement, we're going to let the dust settle for a bit before joining you again in 20 minutes for the overall winners awards video, our final of the day. Thank you to all of our partners and to everyone who has made this possible. I've been Harry McKinley, and I'm off to powder my nose again before the fun starts again for the last time. And here's a reminder of tonight's well-deserving winners. I will catch you on the flip side in the next broadcast. And welcome back to the 2020 Restaurant and Bar Design Awards. Thank you for joining us in tonight's final video. It's the overall winners. Once more, and for the final time tonight, we have interviews with the overall winners from last year's edition of the awards. Stars from the worlds of hospitality and hospitality design share their insights with us, and we will have members of the judging panel lending us their words of wisdom. And of course, the moment that you're all waiting for as we reveal the 4 overall winners for the 2020 Restaurant and Bar Design Awards. We've had a brilliant awards thus far in this new virtual format, but we have almost reached our conclusion. As we head into the final video of the night, remember this is a live experience in sync with a live Instagram campaign. We encourage you to keep engaged with our Instagram account as things progress at Restaurant and Bar Design Awards. Like, comment, post a feed, share your own stories, and continue to tag us as we'll still be sharing your reactions and content. So use the hashtags RBDA, RBDA 2020 to be a part of the conversation. So, for the final time tonight, let's begin. For the last time for this year's show, we are now joined by 2 overall winners from last year's edition of the Restaurant and Bar Design Awards. These were the winners of the prestigious overall categories: Gregory Gatzarelia of Gatzarelia Design, whose project Spine in Beirut won Best Overall Bar, and Tristan Duplessis of Tristan Plessis Studio, whose project Alice and Fifth in Johannesburg won Best Overall Restaurant. Hello to you both.
Hello, Harry. Hello, the viewers, and good evening or good morning, depending on where you are.
Hello, Restaurant and Bar Design Awards 2020. My name is Tristan Duplessis. I'm the founder of Tristan Plessis Studio in Johannesburg, South Africa. And it's great to be joining you from a sunny evening in Johannesburg tonight.
So, starting with Gregory then, your project Spine won Best Overall Bar last year. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about that project and why you think it won?
Well, I think it won because it was a new concept about how to tackle a rooftop. because usually we tend to leave the emptiness of the sky above us, but at night it's too dark. So what I wanted to do is to create a cage and have some vertical element that I can work with and a roof that I can work with. And that will keep the energy of the crowd and not have this energy disperse.
And Tristan then, the same question for you for winning Best Overall Restaurant with Alice in Fifth.
We were really surprised to have won and grateful at the same time. I think the reason why we may have won is that the project was completely unique, and it was a unique take on luxury. Being based in Johannesburg, South Africa, we had a new narrative, a new story to tell.
Would you say, Tristan, that this win has had a knock-on effect in terms of opportunities or doors opening up?
Yeah, definitely. I really think that it has opened some new doors for us, some very exciting international doors as well, which is always great. But I think even more so than opening doors with new clients, it's really cemented my relationships with my existing clients.
And Gregory, your thoughts on the same topic?
Of course, when you win such a prestigious award, then social media is there to help you spread the word. And you share it, there's a lot of comment, there's a lot of people seeking to get acquaintance with you, with your company, etc. So it's a great door opener.
What role do you see innovation playing in the realization of restaurant and bar spaces?
Innovation will always be at the forefront of design, and especially hospitality design. We are tasked at creating spaces that take people out of their everyday when they walk into one of our restaurants or bars. And I think the only way to truly do that is create new experiences through innovation.
And to conclude then, what role does hospitality have to play in society moving forward as a means to bring people together? Perhaps you could start us off on that, Tristan.
Well, I think if anything, 2020 has taught us that we have this carnal desire to socialize. And I think it's not a luxury to go out and socialize with people. I think it's a basic human need. And we as hospitality designers get to create the spaces where these important life events happen. I think we need to be aware that it's not just a drink or plates of food. It's a beautiful life moment. And this is where people create these memories that last for a long time.
If you plan your day, you plan your trip, your holidays, hospitality is part of it. Either it's a business meeting, either it's a food lover, if it's a family gathering, or it's our articulation. We live for that.
And that's a wrap. Thank you for joining us today, and best of luck with everything in the future.
A pleasure, Harry. It's been a great competition this year, and well done to all the participants and winners.
Yes, huge congratulations to all the winners. This year's entries have been amazing and definitely very inspiring to me. And good luck to everyone in the overall winners category. All the best.
Thank you once again to Gregory Gatzarelia and Tristan Duplessis for sharing their words of wisdom. Now, as you know, even with this year's awards being in video format, we couldn't make this happen without our main partners. This awards video, the overall winners, is brought to you by two of our main partners whose contributions throughout the year have been invaluable to the continued success of the awards, Hillcross Furniture and Solus. A leading UK supplier of commercial floor and wall tiles, Solus offers more than 1,000 on-trend product ranges, allowing them to provide the perfect solution for any space or concept. With porcelain, ceramic, glass, metal and natural stone options available, along with luxury vinyl tiles, engineered hardwood flooring and organic ranges recently added to its robust portfolio, Solus is the first port of call for architects and designers. Hillcross Furniture supply high-quality contract furniture and bespoke banquet seating to their customers' specifications. Working in the UK and internationally on projects of all sizes, they have the knowledge and know-how to ensure that your vision becomes a reality, be it hospitality, workplace or any other commercial environment. With a passionate team on hand to assist from concept to delivery, Hillcross Furniture provides a first-class service where the customer comes first. And now for the final time tonight, something completely different. Sit back, relax, check out our stats as we remind you the level of internationalism that contributes towards the Restaurant and Bar Design Awards. I'll see you again in just a moment. Welcome back, and now for a bit more from our judging panel. And this time we are lucky enough to be joined by Ricardo Giraudy, the CEO of Giraudy Group, and David Moralejo, the editor-in-chief for Condé Nast Traveler Spain.
Hello Harry, hello viewers, thanks for having me, and hello David.
Hi Ricardo, it's great to be here.
Welcome to you both. So to start, Ricardo, can you tell us about yourself, your role, and your organisation?
So my name is Ricardo. I'm the creative director of my restaurants. I create them all. It all started in 2005 in Monaco when I created my first restaurant, and then I became passionate about this business, and I just develop restaurants, create concepts. I cannot draw, I cannot cook, but I make them all happen.
First of all, I am a journalist and I love writing, traveling and discovering things and new places. Nowadays, I have the honor to be part of Condé Nast as editor-in-chief of Condé Nast Traveler Spain.
And what, in your opinion, does recognition like these awards mean for a project or to the designers involved?
Well, in my opinion, and it's not an opinion because I won one of the awards last year, I can tell you exactly what happens. It did make a lot of difference with regards to the respect people have for the awards in general. I did not know, I did not understand how much this could happen. The press was really strongly following the stories, and I won the Heritage Building last year award, and it really helped Beef Bar Paris take off.
And building on that then, David, what does it take for a winning project to cut through the noise?
Many things, or maybe not so many. I always look for the emotion, a crash, the standout effect, but not so much the trend or a specific aesthetic movement. Obviously, it's important to find a concept and a highly professional work.
If we broaden the scope a little bit then, when judging, in what ways do you consider how these spaces and projects speak to now? Ricardo?
I believe when I was looking through the online categories, and we have to go through, when you go through judging, you have to go to see many spaces. I can't even remember, it took me more than 3 days to do it. It's not really understanding if it's now, it's have I seen that before? So what happened was that you would see some projects that you already have seen, you already felt that they've been reworked on. And some that are just completely innovative. And I don't know if it's now, but it's something I had never seen. And those are the ones I give the best points to.
It's difficult to explain the meaning of now these days. Everything is now, future is now, past is now, and present is now, of course. But we have to pay attention to details like sustainability, a connection with local roots, accessibility, technology.
So, in regards to this final video of the night, as overall winners, how do you compare these projects to each other? And what are the elements that help push one ahead? David, perhaps you could start us off on that.
So, when doing such comparisons, my approach has always been love at first sight. With some projects, I have to go back again and again. But many of them are very clear, making me say, wow, I want to stay there and I want it now. What about you, Ricardo?
It's interesting you say that, David, because for me, the key element is, again, it's instinctive. It's when you see, when they speak to you, when a project, when a picture, when something is given to me, I just look at it and I say yes immediately. I don't even doubt. If I haven't got that feeling, it's going to be probably good, but not great. And you know what they say, content is king, but context is God.
Finally then, how are each of these projects timeless? What is it about them that means, in your opinion, they will stand the test of time?
Iconic projects will always stand the test of time. could be date stamped. This is very important, but it's not a problem. If it's date stamped in the right moment, these are the ones that will always stand out to me.
My take would be that we have a lot of impressive examples of timeless bars or restaurants. It's not about being vintage. It's about doing things with the best materials with the purpose of staying relevant for a long time. But the most important thing today is that places should not be created with Instagram in mind or as an ephemeral trend.
Well, that about sums it up. Thank you for joining us, Ricardo.
It's been great being part of this video. Harry and David, all the best.
Likewise, Ricardo, and thanks for having us, Harry.
My pleasure, as ever. Any final words?
These projects have been truly amazing. Good luck to all the contenders.
They really have been fantastic. Huge congratulations in advance to the winners.
Well, the all-conclusive moment draws ever nearer, on which note I shall bid you adieu. Bye, Ricardo, and bye, David.
Goodbye, Harry, and bye to the audience. Thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Thank you once again to Ricardo Giraudy and David Moralejo for joining us. And another final big thank you in general to all of the judges for their tireless work this year. And now a quick word to tell you all a little bit about the category partner for this final overall winners video. There are just 4 overall categories. For this video, we have 1 category partner, Neils. Founded in 1983, Neils has pioneered the way in Australian lighting design and manufacturing. Headed by industrial designer Peter Ellis, Neils specialises in cordless, battery-operated lamps for commercial, hospitality and home environments. Neils lamps are carefully conceived by design professionals with their clients' needs in mind, making function, elegance and reliability paramount to the global success of the brand. Neils provides serviceable, long-term table lighting solutions to thousands of venues around the world. And finally, don't forget to get actively involved in the virtual awards ceremony hype and excitement. Share your Restaurant and Bar Design Awards experience on Instagram by liking, commenting and tagging us at Restaurant and Bar Design Awards. We're going to share the best reactions. Hashtag us with RBDA and RBDA 2020. And now it's the final awards presentations of the night. For this awards video, overall winners, there are 4 categories, and they are Overall UK Bar, Overall UK Restaurant, Overall Bar, and Overall Restaurant. We'll be joined by some renowned international operators and designers along the way. For each of the categories, the entries that best meet the judges' personal definitions of design excellence will win. Good luck to everyone, and let's get started. Our first categories are Overall UK Bar and Overall UK Restaurant. But before we reveal these winners for 2020, we have a few words from Martin Brudnizki of Martin Brudnizki Design Studio and Robin Lee, founder of Lord Simon Restaurants and Endo at the Rotunda.
Hello, I'm Martin Brudnizki and I'm the founder of Martin Brudnizki Design Studio.
Hello to the viewers of the Restaurant and Bar Design Awards 2020. My name is Robin Lee. It's almost time to announce the overall UK winners, and I just can't wait to see the results.
I think the pandemic has shown a lot of us the importance of social interaction. How seeing friends and colleagues in person makes us human. What that means in terms of design, well, I think space will be important over the next few years. Creating a design that balances a feeling of intimacy and human connectivity with comfort, a sense of hidden space.
In these extraordinary times, I strongly believe that the future of restaurants will be for safe, amazing environments where the emphasis is on the quality of ingredients and makes us happy, healthy and positive with great service and value for money.
Innovation should be constant, but I think always concealed. It should come through in the materiality, the technology, but I don't think guests want to see it. They come to a restaurant and bar to experience something simple. Good food, interiors, a good conversation. Innovation is important, but shouldn't be a distraction. It's the job of the designer seamless innovation. I always look back to look forward, noticing a detail in an old painting or brasserie and repurposing it for a contemporary space. History teaches us so much. I hope, after all that we've been through over the last couple of months, we will go into experiencing the Roaring Twenties.
Today's customers in this very competitive market are always looking for the next dining and drinking experience because of the world of social media and the high expectations we live in.
Luxury is about details, and the details add up to the experience. From how the tabletop feels, to the uniforms the waiters are wearing. These details form the montage, which we call the experience. It's almost cinematic, definitely emotive. It is the feeling that we seek when we want luxury.
Thank you for your time and good luck to everyone.
Over to you, Harry.
Thank you, Martin and Robin. And now we reveal the UK winners, brought to you in collaboration with Niels. The winner of the overall UK bar is the Berkeley Bar and Terrace, London, UK, by Brian O'Sullivan Studio. The Berkeley has long been the cool, esoteric choice of West London hotels, embodying a kind of design-led bohemia. Ultra fashionable and rooted in art, culture, and a celebration of all things artisan. The brief for Brian O'Sullivan's studio then was to bring an intimate contemporary bar to the hotel, one that would presumably rival the other famed habitats within. In that, I think the studio has undoubtedly succeeded. The client wanted a crisp space that could accommodate 30 guests across a main bar area with an outdoor terrace for balmy urban evenings and a snug for more secluded occasions. As this was the studio's first hotel bar project in London, Brian O'Sullivan used it as a statement of intent, designing every detail from the lighting and furniture to the accessories and the dramatic frieze on the wall. There's also an emphasis on provenance and design storytelling, the handsome wood panelling from a single 300-year-old walnut tree that fell in a 2007 storm. And then there are knowing nods to the Grenadiers, the military regiment whose stables once stood on the same site. The use of colour is cleverly conceived throughout. The use of koi blush corals and sumptuous neutrals, both subtle and somehow also deeply impactful. The studio describes the end result as timeless and effortlessly elegant, a space that feels special without being formal. As an opening gambit, the studio is clear in its approach and its ambitions. Having studied architecture at University of Westminster, Brian O'Sullivan established his namesake practice in London in 2013, having worked with numerous industry heavyweights such as Annabelle Seldorf, David Collins, who, of course, designed the Barclays Blue Bar, Martin Brudniski, and Louis Laplace. While he shies away from a so-called signature aesthetic, he nonetheless has a definable style. The merging of multiple influences, the focus on creating a sense of place, and the desire to create comfort within beautiful, highly decorative and neatly curated surroundings. There is, frequently, the perception of sharp formality, but one that in the experience gives way to an easy, inviting attitude. And now, the next category, overall UK restaurant, brought to you in collaboration with Niels. And the winner of the overall UK restaurant is The Clock Spire, Sherborne, UK, by Studio Indigo. One of Studio Indigo's first forays into hospitality design, The Clock Spire is a truly majestic, attention-grabbing project described by Judge and Elle Canada editor-in-chief Vanessa Kraft as dramatic and airy, a wonderful mix of history and modernity. While Samantha Goodrich, director of design and planning for Viceroy Hotel Group, was particularly smitten with the vestibule, calling it spectacular. The original Grade 2 listed building was constructed in the 1860s in a Tudor Gothic style as the village school, but was closed in the 1980s and converted into offices. Eventually, it lay empty and decaying. For Studio Indigo then, the objective was to restore the impressive but unloved building, creating a new contemporary restaurant and bar within the confines of a historic landmark, one imbued with memories and stories from the local community. There were plenty of planning and conservation challenges along the way, of course, but while restoration work using traditional materials and methods is both expensive and time-consuming, it gives the project a palpable sense of authenticity. The clock spire is, in many ways, a love letter to the building. The distinctive hammer-beam timber roof was found hidden beneath a drab suspended ceiling, a remnant of that depressing 80s office. The result is a restaurant ripe with character, the intricate ceiling providing more than enough reason to look up. It's a first win for Studio Indigo, based in a converted warehouse overlooking the Thames in Chelsea. The studio was established by creative director Mike Fisher with the aim of providing a practice that understands the holistic relationship between architecture and interior design. Since its inception, the company has gone from strength to strength, progressing to its glowing current national and international profile, with a team of 40 talented architects, technicians and interior designers from around the world. Working alongside the highest quality craftsmen and artisans, tradesmen and professionals, the team has been able to attain a consistent level of quality upon which Studio Indigo's reputation is formed. Its modus operandi found in creating genuinely outstanding spaces, while lovingly retaining heritage features and developing their potential to maximise room and light, making spaces from yesterday fit for today. That was the overall UK winners, and a huge congratulations once more to the Berkeley Bar and Terrace by Brian O'Sullivan Studio, and of course to the Clock Spire by Studio Indigo. And now for our final categories of the night, which will bring the 2020 Restaurant and Bar Design Awards to its thrilling conclusion. Overall bar and overall restaurant. Before we reveal these winners for 2020, we have a few words from Japanese architect Kengo Kuma and Knut Wild, the general manager of the Berkeley.
僕は、建築家の熊健です。僕らは、ロンドンのエンドレストランを、設計しました。
Thank you for having me, Harry. I am very excited to be able to speak to you via this link. My name is Knut Wild and I am the general manager here at the Berkeley Hotel in London, part of Mayborn Hotel Group.
レストランとかバーというのはやっぱし決して大きな規模ではなくても僕らにいろいろな実験を、させてくれる場で、それから、人間とそれから、自然との関係を考える場であって、僕らにとっては非常に重要なプロジェクトです。
For me, I think restaurants and bars have to certainly become less gimmicky, less showy, less flashy. We have to concentrate on real authentic experiences with a focus on guest service in relaxed environments, very much like our garden pop-up restaurant here at the Berkeley. Well, in my opinion, there is always space for innovation. However, it has to be genuine and not just for the sake of Instagram and social media. It is very important to constantly evolve and listen to guest feedback.
レストランやバーのスペースってどんどん変化しているのを感じます。で、コロナの後またいよいよ変化していくと思います。で、今環境問題ということでレストランというものは人間と環境の関係をそのまま定義する場所だと思っているので、人間と環境がどんどん関係を変えていくのに従ってこれからもどんどん変わっていって、そのプランだけでなくて材料とかいろんなイノベーションがそこには出てくると思います。
For me, we have to focus on making people feel good. There has to be the right balance between food, drink, ambience and service. And there has to be a focus on what guests want, not what the chefs want anymore.
それぞれのプロジェクトに好奇心を持ち続けて集中するってことが僕がデザインの仕事をやってて一番重要な、学んだことだったと思います。まあそういうことをやっぱ継続が力だっていうことを学んだんですね。
I feel that over the last 20 odd years there has been a massive shift in hotel bars and restaurants. They really have become the place to give our venues
the heart and soul. The best example for me is the Blue Bar, which now celebrates this October its 20th birthday. And the Blue Bar has not just become a bar for our hotel guests, but it brings in the locals and the neighbors, which really, as I said, creates the heart and soul of the Barclay.
僕らはもう僕らがデザインの仕事を始めて、30年以上ずっと続けてきていて、でやっぱりいつも同じことを考えていて、やっぱり20世紀のコンクリートの建築を変えようというふうにずっと思っていて、30年間同じことを考えていると、いろんなことを、次から次に思いつくということで、一つの継続性と同時にそれぞれのプロジェクトが全部違っているということが僕らにとっては、一番重要なことでした。ありがとう、ハリー。
Thank you so much, Kengo Kuma and Knut Wild. And now we reveal the overall winners, brought to you in collaboration with Niels. The winner of the overall bar is Insbar, Chengdu, China by Wooten Designers. For Wooten Designers, the brief for Insbar was deceptively simple. Create a whiskey bar for whiskey lovers. For the studio, that brief meant taking people inside the world of whiskey, creating a fantasy of sorts, an all-enveloping whiskey world removed from the streets of Chengdu beyond. Of course, single malt whiskey is still relatively new to the China market, and for the owners, a whiskey-loving couple, it was vital that Insbar be a space to savour, to taste and learn. A space where time slows and guests can lose themselves in that heady amber. In response, Wooten Designers, or WTD, drew from whiskey containers, floating ice and the liquid itself in the final interior. Golden foil is used decoratively, evoking the glint from a wee dram, while the rounded organic shapes are intended to bring to mind the interior of a pot still, in which whiskey is distilled, a fountain simulating the flowing of alcohol. There's a narrow colour and materials palette, all golds, browns and coppers. If it seems a little literal, well, by all accounts it's meant to be. There is no corner of Insbar that isn't entirely true to concept, no surface that doesn't speak to its raison d'etre. This is a thoroughly grown-up homage to whiskey, unlike anything else in Chengdu, unlike anything else in China, and perhaps unlike anything else in the world. The project was completed in just 3 months, one for design and the other 2 for construction. It's a remarkably speedy development then, but one that belies its complexity. The curved ceiling alone is a feat of interior architecture ingenuity. WTD was launched in 2014, and each member of the nimble team comes from a different background with their own specialities. As the studio says, they were brought together by one dream, to create and innovate. With Insbar, they've certainly achieved both. And now for the next and final category of the 2020 Restaurant and Bar Design Awards. Overall Restaurant, brought to you in collaboration with Niels. The overall restaurant winner is Garden Hot Pot, Chengdu, China by Muda Architects. In a leafy suburb of Chengdu, Garden Hot Pot is both traditional and anything but. This remarkable open-air restaurant snakes along the side of a lotus pond in a eucalyptus forest, shadows dancing across its surface and light bouncing off the surrounding waters. By forgoing walls and instead using only pillars and boards, Muda Architects has integrated the restaurant with its natural surroundings, a clearly human intervention that seeks to add and not detract. It was a Herculean undertaking for the studio, which had to preserve the surrounding eucalyptus trees. What's more, the terrain was tortuous with sudden drops of up to 2 meters. With both of these challenges in mind then, Muda had to sidestep traditional planning methods, conducting landscape mapping manually and ultimately designing the building around the trees, giving it its signature undulating form. Indeed, the roof is intended to resemble the steam from a hot pot diffusing into the crisp forest air. You'll find no colour or gaudy decoration here, only pensive monastic white. It may seem at odds with the riotous experience most of us associate with hot pot, a staple of Chinese cuisine, but it is simply another counterpoint, the design acting in pursuit of balance and equilibrium. To the firm's credit, not a single eucalyptus tree was felled. In fact, in many ways, the project is an exercise or even experiment in small-scale, low-cost, low-impact architecture. A vision, perhaps, of an environmentally conscious future, a lesson in coexistence with nature. Muda Architects was founded in Boston, USA, and simultaneously entered the China market in 2015 with the opening of a Beijing office, and in 2017, a Chengdu office. In that time, it has brought an undoubtedly original and pioneering perspective to the region, and, as Garden Hot Pot shows, it's a perspective that has the potential not only to revolutionise restaurant and bar design in China, but across the globe. And that's a wrap on the 2020 Restaurant and Bar Design Awards. We have had some amazing entries for the awards this year and are so grateful to all of our entrants. And once again, a huge congratulations to all of the winners. Thank you as well to our brilliant viewers for tuning in to the show and engaging on Instagram. Remember, the show may be over, but if you keep actively involved in the virtual awards ceremony hype and excitement, we will be continuing to share the best reactions. Share your Restaurant and Bar Design Awards experience on Instagram by liking, commenting, and tagging us at Restaurant and Bar Design Awards. Hashtag RBDA, hashtag RBDA 2020. Thank you once again to all of our partners, the judges, to everyone who has made this possible. I've been Harry McKinley. This has been the 2020 Restaurant and Bar Design Awards virtual ceremony, and I will see you next year.